When you hear the word dentist, what comes to your mind? Is it pain, torture, waste of time, waste of money? There are 4 words that people don't want to hear when you go to the dentist, which are, you have cavity. When people hear this, especially little kids, they think that it's over. But honestly, the dentist is there for helping you out before you get toothache. There's many things that can cause cavities, and some of them are candy, as all of us know already, ice cream, and soda. So today I'm going to inform you how cavities are developed, what is a typical procedure of a dental filling, and I will give you tips later on how to prevent future cavities. There's one thing that doctors and dentists want people to know, is that vegetables can cause cavities as well. So first, let me explain how cavities develop. Going to get out, plaque is very slimy and is made of germs and bacteria. It causes tooth decay and cavities, and when the plaque clinches to your teeth, the bacteria will tend to release acid, which will eat the outermost layer of the tooth. For people that eat raw carbohydrates and starches, they have a higher risk of having cavities. Some examples are sodas, ice cream, candy, cakes, milks, even fruits and vegetables. If you don't visit your dentist regularly, the acid will eat up the enamel, which is your top layer of your tooth, and later on, if the cavity doesn't move to more into your tooth, it'll reach your nerves, and that's where you have a toothache. Now that we know how cavities are developed, let me go over the typical procedure of a filling. According to WebMD, there are five steps of making a filling. The first step is numbing the nerves. This is where the dentist will put 3 shots on each cheek to prevent the pain when they're drilling inside your tooth. The second step, which is drilling a hole in your tooth to remove the decayed area, but many others will use lasers, by depending on their profession and their budget. The third step is test for the leftover tooth decay, where the dentist will check to see if there's still decay on your tooth. If there is, just keep drilling until you lose everything. The fourth step is filling, preparing for a filling. This is where the dentist will clean out your tooth by removing all the bacteria, and that way you'll get the same cavity on the spot. The last step is filling and polishing it. This is where the dentist will cover the drill, the hole, with the paste-like filament that will prevent from other cavities developing in the same spot. Now let me give you some tips of preventing future cavities. Obviously, the first one is brush your teeth. Always brush your teeth with fluoride toothpaste, and try to brush your teeth twice a day, and even try to brush it after every meal. Always brush up and down, never brush side to side, because side to side you're not getting your plaque away. Also, as well as brush your teeth 45-degree angle. That way you remove the plaque between your gums and your teeth. Obviously floss once a day to remove plaque and food that gets stuck between your teeth, especially when you eat meat. And obviously everybody has to visit the dentist twice a year. And if you have a toothache, don't try to be a macho. Just go to the dentist and tell them you have a toothache. Because if you don't go visit your dentist that toothache will become serious later on. So, in conclusion, foods do play an important role on cavities, same as bacteria and plaque. If you follow these few tips, you'll be preventing all these type of cavities and toothache. Don't try to be a macho like I said. Visit the dentist regularly. That way, it doesn't become a serious problem. And instead of hearing you got cavities, you'll be hearing no cavities. Thanks.
All right, Jose, I thought that the content of the speech is fine. It's well organized. You got a good preview. Your goal is pretty clear. The attention device is fine. It could be a little bit more interesting, but the rhetorical question, the visualization is all right. And I thought that you had a pretty good exit as well. The presentation issues, you kind of are off to the side the whole time that you're speaking. I know part of that's because you've got the visuals that you're having to use, but it does mean that you become, the slideshow is a little bit more the focus instead of you, and I think you need to step up a little bit and try and talk to us. You have some indicators while you're speaking, so when you're looking at materials up on the screen, you point to them. And there are a few emphasis ideas as well. Your facial expressions, you've got a pretty quiet way of communicating with people. You smile occasionally, but I think maybe you could be a little bit more animated. It was not a problem. It's just I think that if you work at it a little bit, the audience will respond more to you. The biggest issue that I see and hear listening to the presentation is just kind of pacing issues. You've got good content, you know where you're going, you're doing okay talking to the audience, but you stop at the end of sentences. It doesn't ever seem to develop much of a cadence or fluency going from one idea to the next. It's not that there are long, drawn-out pauses, but it just seems like they occur so regularly, and a period is supposed to be a brief pause. Sometimes they feel just a little bit too long, and there are a few more. And I think one or two more practices or rehearsals, it would flow a little bit more smoothly as it was. Those are the main issues to work on. Otherwise, I think most things are pretty solid. All right, thank you. Amanda?